Good morning and welcome. It's a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday morning edition of your numero uno family breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. It's officially the second day of the month, 2nd of August.
Yes, yes, it is. And that's the theme song that gets us started here every single morning. Just like birds, no matter what yesterday was like, they always start each day with a song.
We are singing.
Are you today? Happy new month to
I thought
you.
But hey, come on. That's it. If you want to achieve all you need to do, just hey, come on, go all in, go hard, put in that effort, and definitely you will.
That's a great way, of course, it's a great way to begin the day. Things might seem difficult at first, but it gets easier as you continue to put in the work. We have so much prepared for you on the show today. So guys, stay tuned.
1 hour, 45 minutes on the show today. I am Mike Messikeno.
And I'm Emil Kocha. Do not forget to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Do not also forget that you can also catch us on GOTV channel 27 and UHF channel 40.
Download the app so you can watch us anywhere you go, and also on YouTube you can catch up shows that you have missed. It's tvcentertainment.tv, the website, YouTube, TVC Entertainment.
Yes, and of course let's let them know what we'll be having on the show today.
Yeah.
We'll be starting with health and Kenneth Etokokpan. He's a pharmacist and he'll be enlightening us later on self-medication and what to do and everything about, consulting a medical doctor or pharmacist before taking medicines.
And then we have a first conversation with model, presenter, and writer Abimbola Abayomi. Have an interesting conversation. Let's see what's up with that one.
Right after that, we have a musical performance from Bravo Chukwemeka Badobi, and he'll be performing later on.
I think of stubborn people, and I think of Mary, and I'm like,
whatever.
Mary. Yeah, I know. So wait, I like. Well, it's a trait that can be used in different ways. I feel like stubborn people are people who never give up. So it's a trait that when it's applied positively, you want to go after a goal, and you decide that, look, until I achieve this goal, I am not going to relent. When
I'm just waiting for the votes.
Even when you are not, even when the goal is own goal, and you know that this goal does not make sense, because sometimes you have to quit. Forget that it's motivational speaker. You have to quit some things and all of that. But you, how you doing, Mary? Good morning. How you doing, guys? A new month. What's up? What's up for this month? A lot of people said July wasn't good. Was July good for you?
Yeah, July.
What's August going to be like?
I had a good month in July. I had a great month in July.
Okay.
My movie premiered in July.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
so it
oh
was a good
yes,
month for me.
oh yes, oh
There
yes.
are other projects as well that officially began. That's the preliminary stages. So in July, yeah, it was a good month for me. I enjoyed it.
How about you?
Well, for me,
And most importantly, I met really great people, really great minds, which is very important. Yeah, yeah.
so for me, July, just another month. So I always believe that every month has its own usefulness. There's always something good in every month. You just have to be positive about it. No motivational speaking here. I'm just being practical. Like if you keep focusing on the negatives, it'll be hard to take the good out of that month. So yes, July was fantastic. It was also my sister's birthday.
Oh, which of your sister?
My immediate younger sister, the medical doctor. She was...
The medical doctor?
Yeah.
Your younger sister?
Yeah.
What are you doing to your life?
Wait, am I not working?
Calm down, calm down.
Can you imagine?
Don't be violent. So I'm thinking about our parents, like 30, 40 years back, when there were only 3 or 4 professions.
Medicine, law, and engineering.
Engineering.
Yes, those were the only 3 professions.
I would not forget how, I think it was SS1 where we had to choose science and art. My dad came and spent over almost 2 hours convincing me to move to science, that I was going to waste my life if I was going to do art.
You know the irony? I actually chose science. My parents were like, are you sure you can do this? Because they could see that I was more of the artsy kind. But I said, no, I can do it. Do you know I did science for SS1? Did science SS2 first term, then moved to arts SS2 second term.
Wow.
No kidding. Like I did science in SS1 and half of SS2.
I feel like this is something because
and it wasn't because of pressure. In fact, when I finally moved, my parents were like, hey, we told you.
Of course.
It's a terrific Tuesday morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the news here on Wake Up Nigeria with Kelly. The federal government has described the hike in the price of premium motor spirit, also known as petrol, as illegal. The Minister of State for Petroleum and Resources, Timipre Silva, spoke at a consultation forum on petroleum regulation in the nation's capital, Abuja, where he claimed that the federal government has not deregulated the commodity. However, assured Nigerians that the hike in petrol pump price will be looked into in the coming days. Celestine Area has more in this report.
Section 216 of the Petroleum Industry Act's mandates the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority to consult with stakeholders prior to finalizing any amendment to regulations. These regulations are integral in ensuring the Petroleum Industry Act is fully operational and will enable investment and ease of doing business, create employment opportunities for Nigerians, and prevent undue burdens on industry players. Regulations being considered are Petroleum Transportation and Shipment Regulations, Assignment and Transfer of License and Permit Regulations, Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Operations Regulations, Petroleum Pipeline Regulations, Gas Price and Domestic Demand and Delivery Regulations, Natural Gas Pipeline Tariff Regulations, Midstream and Downstream Decommissioning and Abandonments Regulations, Environmental Regulations for Midstream and Downstream Operations, Midstream and Downstream Gas Infrastructure Funds Regulations, Environmental Remediations Fund Regulations.
Regulation is like policy. This is the policy of doing this. There are guidelines. You have to do this. Of course, as a regulator, we are here to enable investment. At the same time, we're like police. We have to be guided by the provision of either the policy or the regulation.
But what do these regulations mean to the layman on the streets, motorists, commuters, small, medium and large-scale business owners who rely on petroleum products, especially fuel, to operate and stay in business? In recent times, 4 accused have disappeared and reappeared in FCT and environs, and was also accompanied by a hike in pump price. A litre which sold for 165 naira now sells for 175 naira or 185 naira per litre. Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Timipre Silva, says the government did not increase the pump price of PMS.
Tell you authoritatively, we have not deregulated. The government is subsidizing. If there are increases in the price, it is not from the government. It's probably from the marketers. But of course, I will talk to the authority chief executive to ensure that they actually regulate the prices. But this is not from the government. We have not deregulated.
These regulations are the primary enablers of the federal government's Decade of Gas initiative and will help capitalize investment and enhance the attractiveness of the domestic gas value chain. Celestina Area, TVC News, Abuja.
And tracking stories outside Nigeria, the first ship carrying grain has left a Ukrainian port under a landmark deal with Russia. Turkish and Ukrainian officials say the ship left the southern port of Odessa early Monday morning local time. Russia has been blockading Ukrainian ports since February 2022, but the two sides made a deal to resume shipment. It is hoped the agreement will ease the global food crisis and lower the price of grain. Turkey said the Sierra Leone flagged vessel, the Razoni, would dock at the port of Tripoli in Lebanon, adding that further shipments were planned over the coming weeks. The Joint Coordination Center set up in Istanbul under the deal said the ship was carrying some 26,000 tons of corn and was expected to arrive in Turkish waters for inspection on Tuesday, that's today. Meanwhile, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres welcomed the departure of their ship and hailed Turkey for its role in working to implement the agreement between the two nations. For those of us here on the news at this time, thank you so much for your company. I'll be back on the other side of 8 with more top stories. I am Kelly Giga. We urge you to stick around here on TVC for the rest of Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning.
Thank you for staying tuned. It is time for us to check out the newspaper headlines this morning. And we'll begin with the Guardian newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper, we have this: Nigeria missing as BRICS moves to cut Western domination. Country on waiting list to join BRICS. Accession talks have not commenced, says diplomat. Country will not meet economic criteria, experts insist. Here we also have PDP. Wike demands IU's removal. Single term for Atiku. BOT means tomorrow. Osun PDP asks court to stop OSIEC from conducting council poll before Oyetola's exit. Down here, we have federal government insists on price control amid 12 new oil regulations. And finally, 25 killed in Plateau within 24 hours. Now, all of these stories and more you can catch in the Guardian newspaper this morning. Now, from the Guardian newspaper, we head straight to This Day newspaper. Now, This Day newspaper has this: UK High Commissioner Atiku's ideas on security, economy, development interesting as PDP presidential candidate seeks increased collaboration with Britain. Wike's group gives condition for peace, wants equal stake. Parties both meets sets up committee on reconciliation. Here we also have silver, future of Nigeria, others oil, gas industry bright, despite energy transition threats. Down here, we also have the wedding of the late president's son, a photo story there. Now, all of these stories you can catch in This Day newspaper today. So that consuming more cheese and wine can help with your cognitive behavior.
Decline.
And I'm thinking, cheese maybe, but wine, I'm sure Mike is very happy about that one.
Yeah, I've known about that for a very long time.
Yeah.
Part of your brain. Take more wine to help you. Okay, so yeah, something caught our attention, and it was Kim Opera who put up a post, and well, it's something that people are talking about, and we felt we should just put it out there for you. And our statement goes thus: I actually saw. Okay, so yeah, she says, for the first time ever, I felt uncomfortable at gym because some weirdos kept staring through the glass. It's actually bad behavior. Then you send me a message like it was the right thing to do. You should be ashamed of yourself. So when I saw that first, I was thinking of maybe it was the same people that were in the gym we had. So maybe you're in the gym, and you know, it's a motivation for a number of guys, not me, to go to the gym and stare. But as it goes on,
you know if you don't
this
do
person's from outside, because she put up some other things now, yeah? And said, I actually saw the guy. During the day, you can't see into the gym. But at night, apparently you can. So the glass, you understand?
He was looking from outside.
I was looking from outside. I said, I even had to ask my trainer if they could see us, because this human was evidently staring at me working out. You understand? So you know how gyms are, so that you can, there are times when you're walking and you see motivation, when cars are in Lagos Street and you are on the treadmill, you know. She says, and she goes on to say, saw him through the mirror as it's opposite the see-through glass. The fact he sent a message issuing he enjoyed watching me is disturbing. It's not just right. So this is the message he sent. He says, watching you gym was a true inspiration.
Wow.
You are so beautiful.
Watching you gym.
Yeah, in fact, you know, if you think like this and you're a guy, you definitely need help. Admiration is okay, but watching people is wrong. Okay? Look and remove eye. It's just bad behavior. However, you guys want to see it. It's unfortunate most Nigerian guys don't even know this. So here's a little education. And then she goes on to put up a post on what is harassment and all of that. So yeah, different facets to all of this, yeah? Right?
So, you know, just as you said, there are different facets to it. However, so not many females like to be stared at, contrary to what men think. Men think staring at you is a compliment because, oh, I can't take my eyes off you. And there are songs like that. Can't take my eyes off you. Take your eyes off me. Sometimes you just want to melt into the background. I remember I mentioned this last week. Like, you just want to be able to go about your business. It's not your fault if you look hot like she does. However,
looking hot is reality.
Coming on social media to talk about it is a different ball game entirely. It just feels like, okay, she just had to post something. And so because of that, people are calling it cloud chasing. Last show, for me, you are free to post whatever you want to post on your page. If it's disturbing her, then that's a problem. And if you notice, she also put up the meaning of harassment, which is true. Because there are so many things we allow in Nigeria that if you try it abroad, what you will pay as fine, it will not be funny. So there are different sides to this, really. There are different sides to this.
Please, do not take your eyes off me.
We know.
Make a lot of efforts.
We know.
To look good.
We know.
So please,
We know.
even if your mouth is not appreciating me, let your eyes do the talking. Thank you very much.
We know.
You see something, something about her and maybe other celebrities when they go to places is this, right? This is what they do. She posted a picture of herself in the gym, and she goes, gym check-in. Apparently, this looks like it was before the harassment. First of all, from the look, you can decide, you can determine where the gym actually is.
One. Exactly.
So you need to be.
You know, I didn't want to have to say all of this, but it's a good thing you're pointing it out.
I mean, you can see outside.
You can see outside if you're familiar with the neighborhood.
And
Yes.
then
That's a security
if you're
risk.
good, you don't even have to be good. If you know how to use basic geolocating on Google
Yes,
Maps,
you find it.
you can find that place.
Yes.
Because for Google Maps,
So are you saying
have
that she
visual
put herself
representation.
out there
I'm not saying she did
be
put herself
harassed?
out.
So-
my point is, be careful. It's been said everywhere. You see parents who snap pictures with their children on their school uniforms.
Yeah.
You snap and in front of your house. We are in a situation, we are in a place whereby everybody needs to be security conscious.
Yes.
So yes, madam, do be careful. Don't make it easy. Don't make yourself an easy target.
Targets, yes.
You know, it's funny because, I mean, I was thinking sometime over the weekend, and social media has become more like a reality TV show.
Yeah. But it's true.
Yeah, because, I mean, we literally document all of our lives on
For
our social
those
media
who actually
platforms,
document all their
especially on
lives,
Instagram.
yeah.
Do you understand? So you don't need all the cameras and microphones following you around and documenting your life. You can do that with just your phone, and everybody knows what's going on with you on social media. And people are liking the facade and the paparazzi that comes with it. Kimopra is a celebrity. I'm not saying what the guy did was wrong.
Of course.
I'm not saying it was right either. To be honest, I'm on the fence on this because the truth is, she's a beautiful lady. He might have stepped with her in a way that, could give stalker vibes.
Yes.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done that. I feel like that, but people don't know these things. People don't know that there's courtesy to how you stare at people.
Yeah.
If you're staring at someone, you may as well go and you're admiring this
At least you
person.
could have
might as well-
approached and said
Exactly,
hi.
say,
Maybe he was
hello.
afraid of
You
rejection.
look really beautiful.
Mike is a
But
man
that
and he
is
knows
so
what it means to actually
So he was
approach
Do you
outside.
understand?
Yeah.
So,
So if it's within the gym, so gyms should have laws, as a number do have laws. If it's within the gym, you understand, all of you came to the gym together. So people pay premium for the gym fee so that they can come and see beautiful things. But apparently this dude was outside.
Okay.
So I think that the gym should do something.
What are
In
they
that
doing to protect
particular
their
scenario,
customers?
Yes.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have people, you should have security around. You don't have people hanging around in that kind of way that they can recognize somebody and then go into a DM. Sliding into a DM is relative because look, hey, tomorrow now, who
They might
knows?
get
Exactly.
married.
So it's a case of she doesn't like it. It's not a case of whether it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
She doesn't like it and she has mentioned.
So, you know one thing I'm finding worrisome? The fact that nobody is mentioning what could have happened when she was leaving the gym. Like, I read comments and everybody was more focused on the staring. So that's why I don't even have much of an issue with that. My issue is, what if when she was leaving, this guy followed her or something terrible happened?
So when we say, there's a point you said, but to me, I don't go to gym because I don't want to.
I did not cuckoo that part.
That's a security situation. That's
Take
why I
your
mentioned that you make yourself an easy target. You put out everywhere you go on social media. Please be careful. Don't put it out all there. It shouldn't be easy to locate you at any point in time. All right? Okay, so that's it. We'll take a time out now, and we'll see you on
In the kitchen.
Thank you for staying with us. You're still on To Wake Up Nigeria, and of course, this is the kitchen segment of the show. Yes, my personal favorite segment. And with me is Chef Shebioti Mom. Woo! Thanks for being here. Super tongue, this woman, Sha. I used to see what this one is carried on her chest.
I was fatiguing units.
Yeah. Now, wow, this one is walking advertisement.
How to use
Yeah, advertising your business. I like it. I love the strategy. It's really good
Anywhere I go,
marketing.
you see me carrying
I
my
mean,
brand.
I'm loving it. Well done. We are making rice and egusi soup this
Yes.
morning. Who says you should only use swallow when having your egusi soup? You can also have rice. You can even have whatever it is you want to have with it. Let's talk about the ingredients for our
Yes,
egusi
this is
soup.
our rice. Locust beans, crayfish, the egusi itself, onions, fish, the pala, vegetable, the stockfish, the pomo, and the pepper.
Okay.
This can come in different ways. Okay. But I'm doing the dry egusi.
When you say can come in different ways, what do you mean?
You can do it in liquid form. You can prepare it by taking it to the blend machine and make it liquid.
Oh, really? You can do that?
Liquid.
I didn't know that.
And this is the powder form that we can just put
in. And you just grind it.
Our red oil.
Where did you keep the red oil? The palm oil. Where did you keep it?
The palm oil is under.
It's somewhere around.
Somewhere
okay.
Around.
I'm sure you get it out. So now let's talk about the process for egusi soup. How do you make your egusi soup? Some people have like different methods of making the egusi soup. So some people like fry it to like really dry, and then it's like into lumps.
No. What I'll do is I'll put the oil normally on the fire, then the onions, the locust beans, then our egusi soup, then our stock meat, everything now goes into it and start doing rosy.
Okay. Apparently, this process is very indescribable. So we need to make it so that you understand. Okay, do you need me to help you out with anything? We need to begin the process for egusi soup so that you watching at home can, follow it through. Maybe you can, not every step, but hey, Shibutimo is also going to guide us through the process for egusi soup. And then for making our rice, are we making any special way how we make it?
No, we are doing white rice.
Just white rice?
White rice. It's made with different kind of amala, eba, anything.
Yeah, I mean,
choose to do
rice today.
Breakfast something.
Nice, not bad. I mean, if you have like some leftover egusi soup, and you don't know what to do with it anymore, you're like tired of eating swallow. Well, you could use your rice, or you can use yam. I mean, now that you think about it, right? You could actually use anything with egusi soup because egusi soup is very versatile. Like you can use it with anything, right? Right. Now, yeah. You see what I say about food? You need to allow your imaginations run wild. Have an open mind when it comes to food. You don't have to eat it a certain kind of way. You could also be creative with it. Try different things. You say variety is the spice of life anyways, right? Great. We're making rice and egusi soup. With me in the kitchen this morning is Chef Shibio Otimo, and we're about to begin cooking our rice first, right?
Yes.
So for the rice, there is no ceremony about it. It's just rice. We're just going to boil the rice and cook it the usual way that you would. But is there any special hack you want to share with us on how to make your rice, on how to boil your rice? No. Just rice. Just regularly.
Okay, no, I'll do this. I'm going to parboil it first.
Okay.
So before washing it.
All right. So you boil, then wash. There's nothing special about it really, but hey, I mean, there are different ways to enjoy your rice. If you just want to wash it thoroughly before, then just cook it, without, just cook it till it's soft, that's okay. If you want to just, throw in the rice into the pot and cook it till boil it and then you wash it, that's still okay. I mean, it depends on how you like to cook your rice. For some people, we're always in a hurry. Want to chapter quick. Okay, great. Yes, I'm really liking today's recipe. The breakfast is something different and something different. I can't wait, Shibuti Mom. I can't wait. Can you see the excitement?
It's time for us to talk health. What is food without good health after all? And today the focus will be on self-medication. Do you really need to consult a medical doctor or pharmacist before taking medicines? That's the question. Well, we've got Kenneth Etokakman, a pharmacist per excellence with over 7 years experience. And today he will be answering this question on our health segment. Good to have you with us.
Thank you for having me. The concept of self-medication is whereby a patient or an individual continually takes medication after being prescribed by a medical doctor without continually consulting with the medical doctor, right? So that can also fall into self-medication.
Okay, so self-medication, can it, okay, so second one you said about continually.
Yeah.
So many people actually do that.
Right.
The doctor prescribes a medicine, and because it helped fix something, you don't stop when he or the pharmacist have asked you to stop.
Right. Continually abuse antibiotics, and as a result of that, the antibiotics do not
work anymore.
Exactly eliminate the bacteria from the body anymore. Right. Another thing is called drug-food interaction. Right. If you take if you self-medicate without consulting with a medical doctor or a pharmacist who is going to guide you on the type of food or the type of medicine to take with the medicine you are taking currently, that will cause another harm.
Take, for example, anti-malaria.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to take fruits
or
blood tonic
exactly,
with anti-malaria.
exactly.
And many people don't even know they are supposed to take it with milk.
Exactly.
These are little things that...
Very little things that can help you get the best out of your medicines, right? Yeah, so which is very important. That's why it's very, very important that we should avoid self-medication. Medical professionals, which is the medical doctor or the pharmacist, before taking any medicine, so it can be classified as drug abuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's now use this opportunity to clarify, because we have over-the-counter medicine.
Right.
And prescription medicine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so which medicines fall into that category of over-the-counter? Personally, I've always thought that Flagyl might be over-the-counter, but it's terribly abused, because many people don't know that Flagyl is also an antibiotic.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so
yes,
let's talk about which ones classify as over-the-counter and prescription medicine.
Okay, so over-the-counter medicines are medicines that you do not need a prescription to get, right? So we can say mild analgesics like paracetamol, diclofenac at some particular level, right? We also have anti-malarials, right? At some point, right? But ideally, you need a prescription for anti-malarials. But in this part of the world, because malaria is endemic to this zone, you can just walk into a pharmacy to request for an anti-malaria, which is not supposed to be so. We are supposed to do like a laboratory investigation to confirm malaria before going to take anti-malaria medicine. So those are some of the medicines that can be classified as an over-the-counter medication, right? So for prescription-only medicines, essentially, antibiotics are supposed to be prescription-only medicines, but because in this part of the world where people feel once they have an infection, they just run to the pharmacy and get an antibiotic.
They chew it like
yeah,
they chew it like biscuits.
Exactly, and as a result, it leads to resistance in the long run.
And then you hear, the antibiotic is no longer strong enough.
Exactly, it's not
working.
working.
The word is the street slang is not strong enough.
Right.
Then they go for augmentin, and then they keep
and as a result, you just maxed out all the antibiotics that are supposed to work out for you, right? So it's so important that we avoid self-medication.
Okay, now I know quite well that talking about this whole self-medication thing, there are some medicines that pharmacists are not even allowed to sell.
Yeah.
Except in special cases.
Right.
Medicines that could put them in trouble.
Right.
And it's also regarding the self-medication. Can you touch on some of those?
Yes, so that's this prescription-only medicine. So for example, there's this popular medicine called Lexotan, right, or Valium, right? Those medicines are strictly prescription-only medicines, even some antipsychotic medicines, right, that treat psychotic illnesses and mental illnesses. They are not supposed to be sold over the counter. They are prescription-only medicines. That's why if you walk into a pharmacy and you request for those medicines, the pharmacy will ask for your prescription, right? That is standard practice because it's just to help the patient and help the society at large. Yeah.
So now I really have to also point out something because I've had to deal with all of these things firsthand. So that's why I'm so happy we get to talk about this. What I want to point out is this. So a medical doctor or a pharmacist tells you, because we've talked about using it beyond the time you're supposed to. Now, they tell you use 2.5 mils. And then you decide that you yourself, you're a doctor and a pharmacist. And then you use 5 mils, saying the 5 mils is stronger, just like the street slang. Please, can you tell us what the side effects are of using medicines that are above the prescription?
Yeah, so there's something called an overdosage, right? So the reason why a medical doctor or a pharmacist will tell you, oh, use 2.5 mils or use maybe 5 milligram, for example, to treat a particular illness is that as a result of a lot of research and a lot of clinical trials, there's a standard dose that if inserted or put into the body is able to eliminate that symptom. So if you go and overshoot that, that dosage, it can cause a major side effect in the body, right? That is why it is so important that we stick to dosages, we stick to prescriptions that a medical doctor or a pharmacist gives you. Yeah.
Okay, so just so that you can protect yourself.
Protect yourself.
Okay, so finally, because I know we would have to round up very soon,
Yeah.
what advice would you give to patients, no matter how sick you are? Should they see a doctor or a pharmacist or simply say, Shola, Hazan, Ineka, go and buy me, go and buy me this medicine.
Right.
It's the one that I used in 1963 to treat suspects.
Yeah.
Because people don't realize that what works for A might not work for B.
Very true. That's a very important point that you've just made. It's so important that when one is ill, especially now these days that community pharmacies are around the corner, you can walk into a community pharmacy, ask to speak to the pharmacist, right? Relay your symptoms to him. He will be able to, in his right clinical judgment, be able to prescribe something to you. Or if it's something that is beyond the boundary of the pharmacist, can send you to the medical doctor for a referral.
Yes.
So it's so important that you do not self-medicate and you should avoid it at all costs.
I'm so glad you mentioned this because let me now educate people as well. There's a difference between chemists and pharmacists.
Right.
The pharmacy always has a pharmacist in attendance. So you have the right when you go to buy medicine at the pharmacy to request to see the pharmacist.
True.
People don't know.
People don't know that. Thank you for that. That's very
Thank
important.
you so much for your time,
Thank
Kenneth.
you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having me. Thank you.
All right, at this point, we'll take a break. And of course, the show continues. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
We're back, people. We are still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Thanks for staying tuned. With me in the kitchen is Chef Shibut Simo, and we are making rice with a goosey soup. Ooh, I know, right? Great. Wait, Auntie, we're coming down. Calm down. Let's talk about the ingredients for the goosey soup first.
All right, okay. Red oil, because it's already hot. The red oil is
I'm
hot.
oil, guys. Okay, go ahead.
Then the onions,
Okay.
locust beans, crayfish, mixed pepper, vegetable, ugu precisely, stockfish, pomo, panla, and the egusi.
All right. Usually, you always come with a variety of protein, but they decided to. Are you what? Is it economy? I'm just saying.
Okay, I am so...
Yes, now.
That's
Just
what it-
yes, now.
Really?
Yes, now. Before you bring shrimp, you bring prawns, you bring goat's meat, you bring
gosh.
ball, assorted.
If you saw count, this is over 7
Okay,
lives.
continue. Okay, so first of all, what are we doing?
Our onion is going first.
Okay.
Then our locust beans.
All right.
Trying to...
It looks good. And something about frying palm oil, it just fills the whole, it fills the air. And there's a certain aroma, you know. It's beautiful. So now we're putting in our iru.
Screen it.
Nice.
Then our pepper will go in.
Okay. So in here is just blended pepper.
Blended pepper mixed with
Mix it what?
onions, rodo, tomatoes,
Okay. All right.
and ginger.
Okay. Okay. Ginger?
Yes.
Nice. That's a new one.
Yes.
Okay.
It's good for you to have ginger in your meal.
Well, I've never used it for soup before.
Really?
Never used it for
Try
soup
it
before.
and you'll
Maybe
like
I
it.
should. Maybe right next time making a goosey soup. You know, there's certain soups that you can use ginger for because you don't want it to take. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Your pepper, you are not getting wrong with it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Okay.
very good.
I'll try it then. I'll try
It's
it.
so healthy.
Okay, so let's put in our blended pepper.
Blended pepper.
Okay. So how long are we going to leave this cook for?
For like 10 minutes.
Okay.
So
once that is ready,
I'm
what's
going
going
to
in
put
next?
this so for it to get soft.
Okay, that's the
Sometimes,
stockfish.
yes, it's always hard.
And then it's also going to soak in all of the flavors.
So
you
now
know,
I am going to
just allow it cook.
allow it cook.
Okay,
for some
so
minutes.
once that is ready, what's going in next? Because we're not coming
Then-
back here, so we need to explain the process.
The pomo,
Okay.
the fish,
Okay.
the egusi.
Okay.
This is coming last.
That's going in last.
The
And then we
is
have
coming
our
last.
crayfish
Our
here, which
crayfish.
we're also
Okay,
going to...
let me put the crayfish now.
Okay, okay. I see that we've not put in any seasonings yet. Is there a reason for that?
We are going to do that, but I want it to get cooked a little bit.
Okay, great. And of course, we have our rice cooking here already. We're just going to parboil it and then wash it. And then put it back on the heat and then wait till it's soft and then we're ready to go. All right, with me in the kitchen this morning, Chef Shabutima, if you're just joining us, we are making rice and egusi soup. Yes, I know someone watching that's like, what? Rice? Whoever thought? Well, that's fun thing about food. You can actually eat anything with anything. Imagine having boiled eggs with amala, right?
Oh.
It's like having protein with amala. Yeah, we know somebody who does. So that's the food. I mean, yes. I'm not going to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you watching, but people actually do these things. So you can actually have it. No, don't. Yeah, so... So Shabutima brought her fun side, to the kitchen this morning. She's saying, you know what, who says you can have anything with egusi soup? So let's take it away from the swallow. Let's take it away from all that. Let's have it with rice. You could also have it with yam.
Oh,
I think yam would be nice.
Very nice.
I think you should try that. Maybe I should.
You should, but don't eat it today after cooking. Eat it the next day. Oh my God.
Good to enjoy, right? It's,
oh my God.
You know what, guys? Shabutima, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Right, so our egusi soup is coming on really nicely. The aroma is filling the air. I'm loving every bit of it. We have to head over right now to the couch for some beauty for purpose discussion with Mike.
Right now we have model, presenter, and writer Abimbola of Abayomi. Now she's the winner of, she's the 13th Nigerian queen. Yeah, that's how you put it, right?
Yeah, the 13th.
So when you say, what's the name of the pageant?
The Nigerian queen.
Okay, the Nigerian queen.
Yes.
So you are the 13th Nigerian queen.
Yes.
Okay, that's wonderful. Well, tell us about your experience. I mean, when did you contest for this pageant? When did you win? And are you still in your tenure?
Oh, yes. However, the tenure will be ending this month.
Okay, this
August,
month.
yes.
Okay.
So I contested last year.
Okay.
And the date was August 21st when I got crowned as the 13th Nigerian queen.
What does it take to be the Nigerian queen? What were they looking for?
It takes a lot.
Talk to me. Tell me about
it. It takes poise. It takes intelligence. It takes, a daring. It takes the certainty of knowing who you are. It takes your commitment,
How did they find all of this in you? How long was this pageant? How did they find all of this?
I honestly can't say how.
Okay.
It's up to the judges. But I can say for sure that I did put my best foot forward. And I brought all that I knew to the table as a model, as an intellectual sometimes, as, a speaker. So I turned up. I showed off and I showed out.
Wonderful.
So I won.
I like the way you're sitting. Was that how you were taught to sit down?
Oh, no, it's...
No, don't do it. I just leave it like that.
So, as, a model and, a beauty queen, you should always have good posture.
Okay.
So sitting down is, this is me, letting you see that.
Do it again. Sit down again. Say now, baby lawyer, have you seen how to sit down? Oh, yeah. People should learn. You put
your hand down. And
Mary, when you are sitting down here, don't sit down anyhow. This is how to sit down. Come on, learn. Maybe. But I like this. I like this poise, when you mentioned poise and all of that. And after the pageant and all of that, you have been doing some things when it comes to CSR and all of that. Talk to me about all of that.
Okay, so after the pageant, I started looking towards the things that I wanted to do as a beauty queen. My major project was a bit stalled because I had a lot of personal family losses and all of that. Okay. So my major project was stalled.
My condolences.
Thank you so much. So I had to, look for other things to just get busy. So I partnered with the what are they called now? The Institute for Inclusive Dialogue in Nigeria.
Okay.
They had something for young people who wanted to better their environment.
Okay, so they were trying to include the young people.
Yes, yes. People who work but this time in the environmental sector,
Okay.
so the IIDN. So I partnered with them, did a little something with them where they give out grants and all of that. Then also I did TEDx, LASU, talking to people about the concept of self-love. That's young people, the youths, because I feel that has always been, my focus. Young people, what are they doing? How are they living their lives? Because today it's really strange where we find ourselves, and a whole lot of us, we need some sort of direction. It's not so much that I'm perfect or I know everything, but the little knowledge that I do have, it's good to share within, my sector, my age group, my age bracket, so that we all can be headed towards a very good place, hopefully.
So with all of that, how much impact have you had so far with all of these projects that you're doing?
So I can't really gauge it. You do your best and hope for the best as well. So I can't really gauge
Definitely
it.
had some feedback.
Yes, really good one. Okay, so at TEDx, I was like the last minute guest on the show, TEDx LASU. So I went and I talked about self-love and the harms of self-love, actually.
There are harms in self-love.
Oh, yes.
There's some people that love themselves too much.
Yeah.
I hope they're listening now, because I actually agree with you, because I think that when you do it too much, it starts getting to the level of selfishness, which is...
Yes.
It's okay to some level, but when you start doing it too much, I know that...
Actually, I even looked at it from even the word itself, self-love. That is, you're putting yourself before love. Let's start from there. There's a problem. Is loving yourself, actually.
Okay, I like that.
You should always love yourself, right?
Okay.
But when you put yourself before love, you put yourself before everything, even sometimes before things that are good for you. So it's a whole, a whole talk and a
I
whole
was going to some wonderful, but I like that. I like that. And you've had people who've come back and all that.
Even
and this one.
they're in person. They're like right there in the hall. I had good feedback. A lot of students were like, they never saw it that way. Everyone preaches self-love, put yourself first. But you live in a society, you live in a community. If you can't think about others in that same community, everybody will help you out one way or the other. If you're selling things, you need a customer. Right? If you're producing, you need customers. If you want to build an empire, you need workers. So I got good feedback right there, right then. Then also for the IIDN, they were actually just going to give 2 people a grant for whatever environmental projects, 2 organizations, youth focused organizations for their project. But with me coming on board, we were able to give 3 people.
Wonderful.
Right? So, like I said, I can't really gauge it because all of these people do other things. They're in other communities.
Well, we can gauge it for you, and we can say that you are doing well.
Thank you.
Well done, Abayomi. It was great talking to you, and yes, wishing you the best.
Thank you.
Of future endeavors.
Thank you so much.
That's it, and we'll take this time out now. Don't go anywhere. We will be back with the second lap of the show.
Did you know that we have about 7,200 seconds in 2 hours? That means less than 3,600 seconds already went by.
Yep, it's been 1 hour so far on the show. Welcome to the last 45 minutes. It's been a wonderful show. Stick around. We've got much for you.
Yes, we really need you to stick around for the right breakfast content tailored to suit your taste.
Egusi and
rice.
Egusi and rice. Egusi and rice. What?
Mike, the quality control manager.
What's the color of the child?
What's the color of the what?
I don't know. Egusi and rice.
You are going to enjoy it.
Okay, so you see, I know that outside the country,
Outside
Canada, some people's real country and all of that. I know that they call some stews are called soups.
Yeah.
Yeah, and stews and soups.
Even some Yorubas actually refer to a lot of soups as stew.
As stew. Okay, so I know. So when they say I want to take rice and soup,
Yorubas don't refer to
all of that. But because
we have atadindin that is stew, we have stew for amala that is stew. We now have soup. How can you? Are you trying to say that?
Calm down. If you go to China and you say soup, they will give you stew.
Oh God.
I'm teaching you now so that when you travel, you don't gotta represent wake up Nigeria. But anyways, we grew up taking megusi with swallow. This time it's rice. We just pretend in our mind that the rice is swallow and we take it. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And I am Emil Koche. Do not forget to stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. Do not forget that you can also watch us on GOTV, channel 27 and UHF, channel 49.
On the app, Android, iOS, also online online, tvcentertainment.tv, and on YouTube at TVC Entertainment.
Right. We still have a musical performance coming right up. And we have Bravo Chukwuemeka Badobi. He's a multifaceted international gospel artist.
And then, of course, we have parenting. Mary, you're going to be taking parenting. Focus. But then, hey, young man, Jesutola Ajao, a creative analyst, will be here for us. And, of course, we're talking parenting today. Runs a parenting platform for new dads promoting improved parenting for a better society. I saw something here. I wanted to...
The smell of this...
Egusi Supervin.
It's life.
Mary looks like she's ready for it.
So I saw this thing here, and I wish it was a longer discussion, but guys, I ain't never been so embarrassed in my life. For this man's birthday, I paid for his haircut. I got him a big bottle of Casamigos and a gift bag with balloons. I don't know how much Casamigos is, but maybe it's big. Why he posts on his IG that his mom got him all that stuff? Then he says, at the end of the day, my heart and intentions were pure. One day, someone will appreciate the things I do for them.
Wait, a woman bought a man gifts.
Yeah.
And because he did not want to single out of his legion of babes, decided to put it on his mom.
Why do you think that's the reason?
Hey, but what if she's actually a mother to him?
It's not only mother.
What if he's actually playing the role of a mother to him? You see, sometimes we misunderstand, our relationships with people.
Is he Igbo? Because it's Igbo that used to come.
No, it's a foreign.
Yeah, but it's not Nigeria. Don't say me the man is West. So I actually didn't know that.
Somewhere.
Actually, I didn't know that this was going this way, because what I wanted to mention was where, I think it was a dad who said something. He said, look, I trained this boy his whole life. He's 35. He met this young girl. He has not met her just 3 months, and she's the best thing that ever happened to him. Me that trained him is. He was laughing when he said that, yeah. But I thought about it. I was like, oh really? You meet a girl just 3 months, and then you start going with.
Yeah, but there's some people that have that sort of impact in your life. They have such an impactful impact.
What are the parents that sent you overseas to school?
That's how
it varies. It varies.
No, yeah, I tell God, don't worry. All of you have daughters and sons. Don't worry. One day Elsie will come and say,
No, Elsie can't do that.
Can you imagine?
Let's go and meet her.
Can you imagine?
I'm speaking it into the universe. She cannot do it.
His name will be Femi or Shegun.
No, not Yoruba. I don't want to Yoruba.
Mommy, I met this guy. When I call his name, my heart used to flutter. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. And that time you understand how.
Love is a beautiful thing.
Well.
But see, one thing I've always told people, everybody has their place. Your heart has compartments for different reasons. You have a compartment for your parents that nobody can take their place. It is what it is.
That also depends.
You have a compartment again for your children. Nobody can.
That's your heart, too, because different hearts are different.
In that same heart, you have a compartment again for
your lover,
husband, or your lover, or whatever. Nobody can take.
That's
then
your
the final
heart,
compartment is the one that you have for dear friends.
So you don't have any compartment for yourself?
But dear friends.
What part is pumping blood in all these compartments?
All the compartments have blood. That's why they are pumping.
So no one for yourself?
For me, I love myself, so all of them is for me.
Auntie, our relationship coach.
Good to see you again. You're watching the news on Wake Up Nigeria, and we absolutely appreciate it. I am Kelly Egiga. We begin with the Electoral Empire issuing a warning, that's from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, urging Nigerians not to fall victims of fake websites advertising voter registration. This warning is contained in a statement signed by National Commissioner Festus Okoye, who says it has concluded its continuous voter registration exercise for the 2023 elections. This is happening barely 24 hours after the suspension of the voter registration by the electoral body. Mr. Okoye states that the site is not linked to the commission and the link or portal is spurious and from a dubious source. He called on members of the public and Nigerians not to succumb to the antics of online scammers and should avoid such fake sites. In the meantime, the federal government has announced a ban on the importation of SIM cards into the country. The Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Dr. Issa Pantami, disclosed this on Monday in Lagos at the Nigerian Telecommunications Indigenous Content Expo, organized by the Nigeria Office for Developing Indigenous Telecom Sector of the Nigerian Communications Commission. The minister made it clear that the government would no longer tolerate the importation of SIM card into the country. The minister also reaffirmed that the nation was now producing SIM cards locally. Now, according to him, the aim of the country was to increase indigenous content in the ICT sector so that by 2025, Nigeria would be self-reliant by at least 80%. That's it for us here on the news at this time. Thank you so much for your company. I am Kelly. I will urge you to keep it here on TVC for the rest of Wake Up Nigeria. Good morning.
Well, it's time for us to talk parenting, and today we will be looking at today's dad, the involved parenting partner. Our guest is Jesutola Ajao, a creative analyst who is also a happily married father of one. He's also the founding principal of New Lagos Dads, yes, which is a parenting platform for new dads, promoting improved parenting for a better society. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning.
The pleasure is all mine. After 2 years, I'm back here.
Great to have you back.
Same here.
Now, Jesutola, when we talk about parenting, most people immediately think of mothers. Few people actually even remember that dads are also parents, not just ATM machines. How are you looking to revolutionize this?
Like you said, the greatest misconception about men, particularly black fathers, is that we're not interested, we're never active, we're never present. But did you know that in 2013, a study revealed that black fathers are actually the most present and active in the lives of their children. For about 3 years now, we have been raising a generation of men who are very aware of the need to be active, the need to be present in the life of their children. It is very important that we continue to create this awareness, because sometimes I meet people who do not know what to give back. They do not know because their fathers were not present in their lives, so they do not know how to go about it. So what we're doing at New Lagos Dad is we're creating a platform. We've been creating platforms. We're still creating platforms for new intending parents and fathers in particular to learn, have insights. We share tips, practical tips about how to be involved in the lives of their children.
Now, for some dads, it's hard enough being a father, trying to provide, trying to get this, things done around the house and all. Now, for you to now be involved in parenting as well, for many it's a challenge. How can one bridge that gap? Because just as you said, some people grew up believing that, okay, my job as a father is to provide. It's my wife's job as a mother to simply take care of the family. Now, they're seeing other dads being involved. They're also looking at, imbibing that culture as well. How do you bridge that gap? How can they go from just being providing parents to actually becoming involved parents?
The first thing you have to do for yourself is tell yourself the truth. The truth about life is that the job is easier when both parents are involved. I'm not saying that mothers can raise beautiful children, but the job is easier. You're able to imbibe the proper culture in your children when you're present as well. We long moved past the generation where it's just about finance. There are quite a number of things that you can help shape in the lives of your children. That is why it is important for you to be present. Yesterday I was having a discussion with someone and this same question came up. And I said, it's like getting a job. You can't say because, I don't have experience. Yes, I don't have experience. It's going to be tasking. I do, but you need it. You need the job to help yourself. So it is important. You look at it as a job as well, that you must work, you must help yourself, you must talk to yourself, you must prepare for it. You have a long time to prepare. When you marry or somehow, you have a long time to prepare, research, ask questions and all that.
So Jesutola, tell us what involved parenting actually entails for men. Tell us about it. What exactly is it?
Starting from when your partner is pregnant.
Okay. Okay.
There are things around to do. Helping her, you know, there are things that we experience during pregnancy, from the usual emotional change and the usual back pain, the usual psychological trauma. Being present alone is enough during this process. Being present to lift a cup, or a foot massage, foot rub, or just helping around the house.
You hear a man mention psychological trauma. That's something many men fail to realize that women experience.
I don't blame them, because a lot of people don't actually know. No. Sorry, I have 2 children. The last baby.
Oh yes.
Yes, I have a daughter now. Yes.
The last one.
Yes. During the last time I visited the labor room with my wife, I realized again that it's different every time. It's different every time. That's why you continue to evolve as a dad. The process is different. That is why you must be present to learn the culture, the process, and the growth. So from pregnancy, you're already bonding with the baby. A sound that is enough is a sound your child hears when you move around in the house, and when they open their eyes, the same sound they are able to relate with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, Jesse Tola.
A pleasure.
I know involved parenting is something that is actually quite diverse. So I would encourage those watching to actually go check out your page and learn a thing or two, or even more. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's our pleasure. And with that, we will take a break right now. Remember, it's still Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
We're rounding up the show today with entertainment news, but there's going to be there's a big wahala now as it stands, because my guest today is more concerned about the food than the entertainment. So I don't know if there's any time or anything that she's going to say now, because all that is in her head is a glucin soup. Doesn't follow Shegun. Director, I don't know why you're doing.
The person waiting that song, they do
not play that soundtrack. So sick under. It's like, do you know what the director is saying? That all this you are saying, it's just rubbish. It's the year that we go. But hey, come on. He has responded. He asked for privacy. He asked for privacy and said that let them sort out their issues internally. You know, but hey, she's brought it out.
Why didn't he just keep it private and stay privately faithful to his wife in the marriage? For it to work, and let's not be here.
This soundtrack is not helping you.
It's not helping.
It's not allowing you to be angry. All right, baby lawyer, it was a pleasure, and yeah, I'll talk entertainment with you any time of the day. It was great having you here, because you've tried so much. You understand? But there was a point you were talking. I wanted you to live like this, but you've tried. So and Mary now told me that they will have breakfast for you, but they are going to remove the meat. It's only for more you eat. Come on, let's go get to something for breakfast. This guy cheated though.
Baby lawyer. Ejoko.
This guy cheated.
It's
Look at people are just happy.
It's the song. It's just like R. Kelly. We still love R. Kelly.
Welcome to the kitchen, baby lawyer. I am so taken away by I love Neo. He would never do any wrong to me.
He has done wrong, please.
Chef Shebio Timo is here. And this morning she's made for you rice and egusi soup. So quickly, we'd like you to dig in, let us know what you think about the soup and the rice. Have you ever had rice and egusi soup before?
Yes. It's something I enjoy.
Igbo gay.
Peace in the Middle East. Okay. Stockfish. Onions.
You crayfish. Yeah. You know them.
But how many leaves did you use? Use of what?
Vegetables. The question says, okay, how many vegetables did you use? Did you use ugu or another vegetable? Just
okay. Say a bit like ugu and uziza, but if it was uziza, I'll be shocked.
Nice. Well done, Shibitimo. Well
because
done.
I manage one point.
Let's end this. We have to go now, people. Thank you to all our guests for being on the show. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Wonder Woman Wednesday.